The African sun beat down on the savannah, casting long shadows over the golden grasslands. The heat was intense, but it was a familiar embrace for those who called this place home. Kofi, a man born under the very same sky, walked with the dust clinging to his skin, a familiar comfort. Each step he took was a dance with the earth, a rhythm he had known since childhood. He was a man apart, a whisperer in a world of roars, a man who spoke the language of the wild. His connection to the land was profound, a bond that transcended the ordinary. From a young age, Kofi discovered he could mimic the sounds of the savannah with uncanny accuracy. It was a gift that set him apart, a talent that seemed almost magical to those who witnessed it. The rustle of a snake in the grass, a sound that could send shivers down the spine of the uninitiated, the trumpeting call of an elephant, a majestic and powerful sound that echoed across the plains, the chirping symphony of 100 birds, each note a part of a grand, natural orchestra. All flowed from him as naturally as breath. It was as if the very essence of the savannah had chosen him as its voice. This gift was not a tool for dominance, but a key to understanding. Kofi saw himself as a bridge between the human world and the wild, a conduit for the ancient wisdom of the land. Kofi did not seek to control, but to connect. His interactions with the animals were gentle, respectful, and filled with a deep sense of reverence. He approached each creature not as a master, but as a student, eager to learn the secrets held within their ancient calls and songs. Every sound was a lesson, every encounter a chapter in the endless book of nature. His heart, filled with the rhythms of the wild, beat in time with the very soul of Africa. The savannah was not just his home, it was his teacher, his muse, and his sanctuary. In every whisper of the wind, in every rustle of the grass, Kofi heard the stories of the land, stories that he would carry with him, a gift whispered on the wind. The pride lay basking in the afternoon sun, a tableau of muscle and power. The golden rays of the sun cast a warm glow over their tawny coats, highlighting the sinewy strength beneath. Each lion, from the smallest cub to the largest male, seemed to be in a state of serene contentment. Their eyes half closed, their bodies relaxed. Kofi approached slowly, respect etched on his face. His movements were deliberate, each step taken with the utmost care. He knew that in this moment, he was a guest in their world, and he carried himself with the reverence that such a role demanded. He lowered himself to the ground, mimicking the low rumble of a lion cub. His body language was calm and non-threatening, a silent communication that he meant no harm. The grass rustled softly around him, a gentle whisper in the vast savannah. A large male, mane ablaze in the sunlight, lifted its head, curiosity flickering in its amber eyes. The lion's gaze was intense, a mixture of curiosity and authority. It was as if the lion was assessing Kofi, weighing his intentions and his heart. Kofi did not cower. Fear had no place in this sacred exchange. His heart pounded in his chest, but he stood firm, his eyes never leaving the lion's. He knew that showing fear would break the fragile trust he was trying to build. He continued his low rumbles, adding a soft purr, a sound of contentment and kinship. The sound was almost musical, a gentle vibration that seemed to resonate with the very earth beneath them. It was a sound that spoke of peace, of a desire to connect. The lion watched him, a low growl rumbling deep in its chest. The growl was not one of threat, but of communication, a way for the lion to express its thoughts and feelings. It was a sound that carried weight, a reminder of the lion's power and presence. It was not a growl of aggression, but of questioning, of acknowledgement. The lion's eyes were sharp, intelligent, and filled with a depth of understanding that transcended words. It was as if the lion was asking, "Who are you and why have you come?" For a moment their eyes met, two beings from different worlds, brought together by a shared language of respect and understanding. In that brief connection, there was a mutual recognition, a silent agreement that they were both part of something greater. Then, with a slow blink, the lion lowered its head, accepting Kofi's presence. The blink was a gesture of trust, a sign that Kofi had been accepted into the lion's world, if only for a moment. It was a golden embrace, a fleeting but profound connection between man and beast. The earth trembled beneath Kofi's feet as the elephant herd approached. They moved with an ancient grace, these giants of the savannah, their matriarch leading the way. Kofi stood tall, feeling the vibrations of their footsteps resonating through his very bones. He raised his hand, palm open, a gesture of peace. Then he began to sway, mimicking the slow, deliberate movements of the elephants. His steps were slow, measured, each movement in harmony with the rhythm of the herd. The elephants responded in kind, their massive bodies moving in a silent dance with the lone human. There were no trumpets, no rumbles, just the unspoken language of shared space, of mutual respect flowing between them. In that moment, Kofi was not separate, but part of the herd, a silent note in their ancient symphony. Section 4. A chorus of 1,000 wings. The air buzzed with the energy of 1,000 wings. It was as if the very atmosphere was alive, pulsating with the rhythm of countless birds in motion. The sound was a symphony of life, a testament to the thriving ecosystem of the savannah. Birds of every color, a vibrant tapestry against the blue canvas of the sky, flitted through the branches above Kofi. Their feathers shimmered in the sunlight, creating a dazzling display of hues. Reds, blues, yellows, and greens blended together, painting a picture of nature's boundless creativity. He tilted his head, listening to their melodic chatter. Each bird had its own unique song, a distinct voice in the grand chorus. The melodies intertwined, creating a complex and beautiful harmony that resonated deep within Kofi's soul. Then he began to whistle, mimicking the calls of the weavers, the trills of the sunbirds, the sharp cries of the eagles soaring high above. His whistles were a bridge between human and avian worlds, a language understood by both. The birds responded with a cacophony of their own, their songs intermingling with Kofi's whistles in a beautiful, chaotic symphony. It was as if they recognized him as one of their own, a fellow creature of the wild. They swirled around him, a whirlwind of feathers and song, their fear giving way to curiosity, their wild music a celebration of life, of shared joy. The air was filled with the sound of wings beating, a rhythmic pulse that echoed the heartbeat of the savannah itself. For Kofi, it was a moment of pure magic, a reminder of the simple yet profound beauty of the natural world. He felt a deep connection to the land and its inhabitants, a sense of belonging that transcended words. The savannah was not just a place, it was a living, breathing entity, a sanctuary of life and wonder. In that moment, surrounded by the chorus of 1,000 wings, Kofi knew he was part of something much greater than himself. Section 5. The Hunt Unspoken. The cheetah, a blur of spotted muscle and grace, stood frozen, its gaze fixed on the horizon. Kofi watched from a distance, his heart pounding in his chest. He admired these solitary hunters, their speed and agility, a testament to the power of nature. He crouched low, mimicking the soft chirping call of a ground bird, a sound that might pique the cheetah's interest. The cheetah's ears twitched, its focus shifting for a moment to acknowledge Kofi's presence. Their eyes met, a silent exchange passing between them. Kofi understood. He was not a threat, merely a witness to the cheetah's ancient dance of survival. He watched, breath held as the cheetah gathered itself, muscles coiling like springs before exploding into action, a golden streak disappearing into the tall grass.